Satnam, welcome to Friday online sadhana. Today we're just going to do a long meditation for 20 minutes. So make sure to set up your space with everything you think you're going to need. I'm grabbing a meditation pillow. I've got a little bit of water. And then I've got an extra blanket and some Kleenex here. So we're going to do a meditation with a mantra and a mudra today. The mantra is Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Se, So, Hung, and it means sun, moon, earth, and self. And then it's like macro self, micro self, and I am thou. So it's kind of calling upon the cosmos and then identifying with infinity. And we'll just be saying the mantra in a very specific tone. And I'll go ahead and start with the little song, and then you just go ahead and you can kind of follow suit. Hi, Leah. Leah's joining us. I'm just explaining to everybody what we're doing today. And the mudra is sitting comfortably seated with the arms just resting on the side where you can actually feel them. You want to make a little contact with your rib cage. And I think it's because there's like meridian points on both like the arm and the sides of the body, but also it's like just very comforting. It's a very comforting feeling, which is I think is kind of one of the effects of the mantra of kind of calling to the cosmos and then identifying with it. That can be maybe kind of scary, but also very comforting. And then the palms are faced towards the ceiling with all of the fingers closed together and the thumb separate out to the side. So that will be the mudra. And we've got our mantra. And then we'll just be sitting straight up with a slight chin lock. So before we go ahead and meditate, let's go ahead and tune in with the Adi mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. 3 times. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And before we start meditating, let's just do a quick stretch. Just bringing the feet out in front of us, legs straight. And just go ahead and bend forward and grab wherever's comfortable. If just resting your hands on your thighs, your shins, or all the way down, grabbing your toes, doing that yogi toe lock with the 2 fingers around the big toe. And we're just going to hang here for just a couple minutes, just to stretch out the body a little bit. If there's any other adjustments that your body really needs today, you can just go ahead and do whatever feels right. If you really need to do some spinal twists or child's pose or something, just go for it. If you're doing the forward bend, just imagine with every inhale, your spine is getting a little bit longer. And with every exhale, you're pulling just a little bit forward, just a little bit more. Even if you don't actually do any movement, just think about doing micro movements and just kind of do it in your head and, a little millimeter at a time. Let go of any tension, any stress, any running inner monologue. Don't attach to it, just let it go. And pull all the way down to your maximum on an exhale. And on an inhale, slowly come up. Come back into a comfortable seated position. And if you're going to be doing a long meditation, it's ideal to have the knees lower than the hips. So go ahead and give yourself a little bit of a boost. A rolled blanket is really good for that too if you don't have like a meditation pillow. And find that straight spine. Feel your crown stretching towards the ceiling and the sits bones sinking into the floor. Go ahead and close your eyes and still your mind. Add in that slight chin lock where the chin's just pressed in slightly towards the chest. And the mantra is going to sound like this. Rama dasa sa sei soham. And at the end of each phrase, so the Rama da sa, when you say that last sa, the stomach comes in just a little bit. You pull the navel point in on that and on the hung at the end. So it'll go Rama da sa sa sei soham. And then at the end of the mantra, take a deep breath in, fill your lungs completely, and then we'll say the mantra again. We'll say the mantra just like that over and over again with a deep breath in between each time for 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set a timer for us. Bring your hands into position with the arms resting to the side, palms face up towards the ceiling. And take a deep breath in. Rama dasa sa sei soham. Deep breath in. Rama dasa sa sei soham. 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 Rama Dasa Sa Se So Hum 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 Ramadasa sa se so hum. 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 Halfway there. Ramadasa sa se so hum. Ramadasa sa se so hum. Double check your posture. Ramadasa sa se so hum. 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 Ramadasa sa se so h Ramadasa Sase Soham Rama dasa sa sei soham. 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 And take a deep inhale and hold. Send white healing light to yourself or anyone else. Imagining yourself being bathed in this white healing light. And exhale, keeping the posture. Inhale deeply again. And now offer up this vision of white healing light as a prayer. And exhale. And then inhale and raise your hands above your head. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And as you're holding the breath, shake your hands out. Shake your hands out vigorously. And then whenever you need to exhale, slowly bring your hands down. Bring them to rest on your knees or on your thighs or in your lap. And just sit in your meditation space in silence, hearing the echoes of the mantra whirl around you. Take a deep breath into the belly, up into the chest, and hold. Apply the root lock if you're not on your cycle. And exhale. Great job. You did 20 minutes of the Siddhi Gayatri mantra. And I was going to go ahead and pull a card. Like I said, I think I did one last week. And I mentioned how I watch a lot of YouTubers who do a lot of forecasts. So they talk about the week to come. And I like to do a lot of readings talking about the week that has passed. Because a lot of times I'll watch Doreen Virtue's Sunday card thing, and then by Wednesday I've totally forgotten. So I definitely remember what has happened in my past week. So I like to sometimes draw a card at the end of the week to be like, what was that all about? So today I'm going to pull from the Angel Therapy Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. And this card is for anybody who sees this video. Anybody watching? I shuffle the cards like that to kind of clear the energy. Sometimes people tap them. People like hit them. I don't like to do that. I used to do it for a really long time, but I don't know, there's something kind of aggressive about it I don't like, and I like to shuffle cards, so I like to do that instead to kind of clear the energy. And then I actually pull cards just using Reiki instead of just pulling the top one, especially with Doreen's cards. I feel like they work really well with pulling with Reiki. And even these cards kind of depict Reiki coming from hand, so that's kind of funny. And one always pops out like right away. I kind of have to sometimes zero in on it a little bit. But it's usually pretty loud. And then I just make sure that that's it. It's the only card. I just wanted to pull one. So I pulled Indigo. The person you're inquiring about is an Indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. And I have a feeling that a lot of people that I know fall into this category, and probably a lot of people who are going to end up watching this video and doing Kundalini yoga fall into that category. And Indigo kids, it's a phrase I think that was coined by Doreen Virtue actually because of her super sensitive son that she had, and just this kind of growing sentiment around the world of these people having kids that were just really, really highly sensitive and couldn't deal with like institutional education, and but were highly intelligent and very bright and questioned authority and very strong-willed. And a lot of times these kids got diagnosed with like ADD and stuff like that. And spiritual movement kind of evolved behind that. And a lot of these kids were born in like the late 70s and 80s, and even more like being born now, as this kind of global awakening is happening. Kids are coming, fresh from source and like not letting any of these kind of institutional things indoctrinate them. No, I'm a free being that's one with God. Sorry, public school. So I can kind of identify with that. So further in the book it says, it's important for you to understand the nature of indigos in regards to your question. Perhaps you or someone else involved in this situation is an indigo or a parent of one. An indigo is a strong-willed and spiritual individual, has strong personal beliefs about changing and improving the world. Indigos may have tempers which fuel them to move forward with their activist campaigns. You may have received this card because you're divinely called to help the indigos keep their spiritual gifts and missions alive. Many indigos are misunderstood and misdiagnosed with labels such as ADHD because of their lightning-fast thinking style and intuitive sensitivities. You can help indigos maintain high self-esteem and a sense of purposeful direction so that they can use their natural talents to help us all. Action steps, which is what this deck is all about, angel therapy. It gives you pull the card and then there's always some action steps, so something to manifest it and make it real. Archangel Metatron oversees the indigo generation, so he's the best angel to call upon for help with issues related to indigo children and adults. Take a few moments to quiet your body and mind, perhaps by closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths. Then silently ask Archangel Metatron any questions you have related to children in general, a specific child, or a person who exhibits indigo qualities such as sensitivity, strong will, and concern for the earth. Ask Archangel Metatron for guidance with this issue and also for a divine assignment in which you can help the indigo generation. So I think that card is kind of referring to like how stressful the past week was for a lot of kind of spiritual people, especially anybody who follows astrology. Everybody's always up in arms about Mercury retrograde. And a friend of mine shared a sentiment that they don't usually affect her so much. And I agree. I share that sentiment too. But so for this last one, I've been like, wow, yeah, that's Mercury retrograde. Like, I should definitely just hang back and not push through too many projects right now. Just do a lot more of reevaluating and reorganizing and rethinking my moves instead of acting on them. And I definitely felt that energy in the past week of just kind of retreating, taking care of yourself, slowing down, going in, doing a lot of meditation, which is why I chose to do just a long meditation today. I didn't want to do an active exercise kriya. I just wanted a long, steady time to quiet and still the mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed that meditation today. I'll probably do another one sometime, maybe even longer. It's traditional to do 2.5 hours of a meditation called Long Ekokars. Maybe I'll do that sometime for some big, special celebration like a solstice or something like that. Those can be really incredible. And when you're in those long meditations and you encounter any resistance, that's good. Push through those. Meditation's, one of the safest places to kind of deal with that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it today. And we'll go ahead and close up with the Longtime Sun. So rub your hands together. Press them slightly, bringing the thumbs to the sternum. Straighten the spine and feel that head float towards the ceiling, the crown floating towards the heaven. And take a deep breath in to begin. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. And one long sut and one short nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, thank you so much for joining me. Again, here's just a close-up of that card, if you want to see that card. It's so beautiful. All right, have a great day.